Hello guys, welcome to Bikers EOIN JINX, and today we're going to be changing the throttle cables on a motorcycle.
And the bike I'm working on today is a Honda VFR 400. And here are the throttle cables that we're going to be changing.
The first thing we're going to do now is we're going to take the back fairings off and we're going to take the tank off, and we'll cut back to you when we have that done. Back fairing and the tank is off. And the next thing now I'm going to do is loosen the two screws holding the throttle cable in place. When you have the two screws out now, these disconnect.
Now we can take the throttle cables off the top, and to do that, turn the cable back and pull it out. And the opposite for this one, down the way, and just clip the nibs out. They can be a bit awkward sometimes. There we go. And that's the throttle cable disconnected from the top. Now we're going to take the airbox off and get to the other connection. Airbox off, it's these screws are on the edge, these two pipes here, and then you can just take the top off the airbox. Then the filters here, which needs changing, Jinx.
Not at all. Did
what?
You see the straight Euro one?
Watch,
is it still there?
Watch my video on how to change an air filter. It'll probably be underneath this video on the playlist.
Well, I'll find your air filter.
There's my old air filter. There it is. Anyway, back to the job in hand. To take this air filter off, you just lift straight off, and then we're left with the screws here, 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 and here. We'll take these off and just let us gain access down here to where the throttle cables are.
Now that these screws are removed, we can take this out. Just gain access down into the throttle cables. They're in there.
Alright there guys, the next thing you want to do is these two 10mm nuts, loosen them off and back it off, and then pull it out. And then what you can do is, you can get the camera down here, Jinx, can you see? This nib pulls out, and that's the top cable removed. And for the bottom cable, it's the same thing. Pull it straight out, push it forward, get the nib out. So now what you want to do is you're going to pull the cables out, but watch where they feed through the frame and through the fork legs, because you want to put them back the same way that we're going to take them out. Alright guys, the next thing you want to do then is you get your new throttle cable, push it back up in, and then just tighten this back on, and the other one will fall off. And yeah, just tighten that back up fully. You can always adjust these then when they're back in the bike, and just give it a little touch of a tighten. And just do them one at a time so you know which one you're doing. So we'll get these two back on, we'll put it back on the bike, and then we'll show you how you put these back on and adjust them.
The first thing we're going to do now is connect the top part of the throttle. So get your nib in, slide her back, and the bottom one. Oh, there we go. And don't drop it, kids. Now put her up. And the next thing I'm going to do now is put the top capping on, so it holds this part of the throttle on while we're adjusting it below. I've got the bottom nib on here now, and I've fed her in through. Now this part that the spanner's on, that has to be tightened in, and this back nut here has to sit in lovely and flush here. Your best bet now is to pull this cable back, but it'll tighten in on itself anyway. But I'll cut you anyway in after a few rings of this. Alright, now I've the bottom one tightened in fully, and I've the little nibbing put in. Now for the top one, now I have to position this nib into the top, and then I'll have the throttle cable positioned. Now the bracket there, you have to put one nut on the left hand side, and the other nut then will tighten up against it, and that will hold the throttle cable firmly in position so it can't fall out of them brackets. Now I'm going to try and position this on, and once I get that on, I can tighten it up then, and I'll show you tightening that. Now that I have the top cable put in and tightened, and the bottom cable tightened, you can adjust the throttle cable here. It's a 10. You just loosen off that nut, and the inner part here, you tighten that in. And once the throttle cable is slacking over time, and if you ever want to tighten her in, just to get the snapback back on it, you just adjust this part here. I hope that video helped on how to change the throttle cable on a motorcycle.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Bikers EOIN JINX.